Inside a maximum security prison, former K-9 officer Mike Reeves waits in the visitation yard. 3 years of desperate requests have led to this moment, a chance to see Rex, his German Shepherd partner, one last time. As Rex enters with his new handler, their eyes meet. What unfolds during this reunion will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about loyalty. Life can change in an instant. For Mike Reeves, that instant came on a cold morning 3 years ago, when fellow officers led him out of the precinct in handcuffs. The decorated K-9 officer, known for his impeccable record and dedication to the force, stood accused of the unthinkable, stealing evidence from the police storage room. The evidence against him seemed overwhelming. Security footage showed someone entering the storage facility using his access card. His fingerprints were found on tampered evidence bags. Most damning of all, investigators discovered stolen items hidden in his locker during a routine inspection. In the blink of an eye, Mike lost everything: his badge, his freedom, his reputation. But the loss that cut deepest was being separated from Rex, his German Shepherd partner of 6 years. After his divorce 5 years ago, Mike had thrown himself into his work, finding solace in the quiet companionship of his four-legged partner. With no children and few close relationships, Rex had become his whole world. They shared a home, a routine, and an unshakable bond that made the loneliness of single life bearable. Rex was there for every holiday, every tough day at work, every quiet evening at home. After Mike's arrest, Rex was assigned to Tom Martinez, Mike's former patrol partner of 4 years. It was a small comfort knowing Rex would be with someone who understood their special bond. Tom had spent countless shifts with them both, witnessing firsthand their incredible teamwork and connection. He promised Mike he would take good care of Rex, though they both knew nothing could replace the partnership that had been broken. The trial had been swift and merciless. Despite his spotless record and the character witnesses who spoke on his behalf, the evidence seemed irrefutable. The prosecution painted him as a corrupt cop who had betrayed the public trust. Mike maintained his innocence, but his voice was drowned out by the damning physical evidence. The security footage, the fingerprints, the stolen items in his locker. Even his own defense attorney seemed defeated before the trial began. When the guilty verdict came down, the judge showed no leniency to a police officer who had violated his oath, sentencing him to 6 years in maximum security. As they led him away in handcuffs, Mike caught one last glimpse of Rex in the courthouse hallway, straining against his leash to reach him. Behind the cold prison walls, Mike's thoughts constantly drifted to Rex. He remembered the countless hours of training together, the silent communication they had perfected over years of partnership. Rex wasn't just a police dog, he was family. The kind of family that knows your every mood, your every gesture, your every secret. Month after month, Mike filed requests to see Rex one final time. Each denial from the prison administration felt like a knife twisting in his heart. They didn't understand. How could they? To them, Rex was just another police dog. They couldn't comprehend the depth of the bond formed between a K-9 officer and their partner through years of putting their lives in each other's paws. His former colleagues at the precinct wrote letters of support. His family pleaded his case, but the prison administration remained unmoved. These visits were deemed unnecessary privileges, luxuries that a convicted officer didn't deserve. Each rejection letter joined a growing stack in Mike's cell, a painful reminder of the connection he had lost. Time crawled by in the maximum security facility. Mike adapted to the routine, but the ache of separation never dulled. He marked time by the seasons changing outside his window, wondering if Rex still patrolled the same streets they once protected together. Did his new handler understand his quirks? Did they know that Rex loved having his ears scratched in just the right spot after a long shift? Then came the day that changed everything. A new prison administrator took over the facility, bringing fresh eyes to old policies. She discovered the thick file of Mike's visit requests, each one written with the same unwavering hope. The emotional testimonies from his former colleagues caught her attention. They spoke of Mike's character, his dedication to the force, and the exceptional partnership he shared with Rex. After careful consideration, she made an unprecedented decision. Mike would be granted a supervised visit with Rex. When the news reached his cell, Mike could hardly believe it. After 3 long years, he would see his partner again. That night, sleep eluded him as memories flooded back. Late-night patrols in the rain, successful searches that saved lives, quiet moments in the patrol car when Rex's presence was all the company he needed. The meeting was arranged in the prison's outdoor visiting area. Security was tight, 3 guards positioned strategically around the space. Mike waited, heart pounding, as Rex appeared with Tom Martinez. Seeing his former patrol partner handling Rex brought back a flood of memories from their days working together. Tom had kept his promise, maintaining Rex's training and keeping him as sharp as ever. Would Rex remember Mike after all this time? Had their bond survived the years of separation? His doubts vanished the moment Rex caught his scent. The German Shepherd's reaction was instantaneous and electric. Rex pulled eagerly at his leash, whining with unbridled excitement. When they finally came together, Mike buried his face in the familiar fur, overwhelmed by emotions he couldn't contain. Rex's tail wagged furiously as he pressed against his former partner, 3 years of separation melting away in seconds. But then, something shifted. Rex's body suddenly went rigid, his attention laser-focused on one of the supervising guards. Officer Steve Rawlings had been working at the prison for 2 years, maintaining a low profile among the staff. But Rex's reaction to him was anything but ordinary. The dog's friendly demeanor vanished, replaced by intense barking and aggressive growling, behavior his new handler had already witnessed before. Tom recognized the change immediately. It was the same alert behavior Rex would display during drug searches, the unmistakable reaction he had been trained for since his first days as a police K-9. Rex's aggressive barking drew the attention of other prison staff. Tom Martinez, drawing from his years of experience, immediately radioed for a supervisor. "We have a K-9 alert in the visitors' yard, requesting immediate assistance and a secondary search team." The prison's standard operating procedure for K-9 alerts kicked in. Rawlings was immediately isolated from other staff, though officials initially treated it as a routine protocol. Deputy Warden Sarah Chen arrived within minutes, accompanied by 2 senior officers. They escorted Rawlings to a secure room for preliminary questioning. "Officer Rawlings," Chen began, "we'll need you to submit to a full search and drug screening. This is standard procedure following a K-9 alert." But it was Rawlings' next actions that raised red flags throughout the administration. He refused the drug test, citing personal privacy concerns, a highly unusual response from a corrections officer. Within hours, Internal Affairs was notified. The investigation expanded methodically. Internal Affairs pulled Rawlings' personnel records, discovering inconsistencies in his employment history. Surveillance footage from his past shifts was reviewed, revealing suspicious patterns in his movements through restricted areas. His financial records showed irregular deposits that didn't match his salary. Cell phone records indicated frequent calls to numbers associated with known drug traffickers. The breakthrough came when investigators discovered a hidden phone in Rawlings' locker. The device contained encrypted messages detailing drug shipments and, crucially, communications from 3 years ago about taking care of a nosy K-9 cop. As pressure mounted, Rawlings' cocky demeanor cracked. Faced with overwhelming evidence and the prospect of a lengthy sentence, he agreed to cooperate. His detailed confession revealed the elaborate scheme to frame Mike, from stealing his access card during a shift change to carefully planting evidence using gloves coated with Mike's fingerprints lifted from his own locker. The investigation rippled outward, uncovering a network of corruption that extended beyond the prison walls. 3 other corrections officers were implicated, along with 2 former police department employees who had helped Rawlings access the evidence room 3 years ago. The truth hit like a thunderbolt. Miller had stolen the evidence himself and planted false evidence in Mike's locker. He had orchestrated the perfect frame, using Mike's own access card and carefully placed fingerprints to construct an airtight case. The guard's nervous behavior during the K-9 visit, and Rex's strong reaction to the drugs he was carrying that day, finally exposed years of deception. Rex's unwavering instincts had done what years of appeals couldn't, revealed the truth, and cleared Mike's name. As he walked out of prison a free man, Mike couldn't help but marvel at the twist of fate. The bond between a K-9 officer and their partner, forged through years of trust and tested by time, had proven unbreakable. Some say it was just coincidence, others call it destiny, but Mike knows the truth. It was the pure, unconditional loyalty of a partner who never forgot, never gave up, and never lost faith. And you, what would you do if your loyal companion helped expose a truth that changed your life forever?